realize that lots of times they weren't wearing a mask.
Not wearing a
or
mask.
they only were masks.
Are you kidding me?
First of all, no matter who you are, no matter what your status is, you have to wear a mask.
Hello guys, thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. If it is your first time here, my name is Nephi, band vocalist and YouTuber, and also Aki is here.
Hello, I'm back.
Why is your energy so low?
I said that this is something serious.
Oh yeah,
We'll be
this
watching
video is something serious. So many of you guys sent us this video. It's entitled Top 15 Mistakes in Locked Up in Malaysian's Lockdown video by Al Jazeera.
Okay.
So we know Al Jazeera, right? It's a popular and influential news outlet or whatever you call it. I'm not really sure. And you guys wanted us to react to this, and I'm interested. By the way, this dude, I know him. He has a channel and he makes videos that are really high quality. Like the content is really good. So this is my third time, I guess, to be reacting to his video, and this time I'm with Aki, and it's really good because, well, we have our own. Each of us have different opinions, and sometimes, most of the time, actually, we have the same opinion. But in this one, let's see.
We'll see.
And I don't even know what's inside this. All I know is that there's like 15 misconceptions, and we don't want that. We don't want those misconceptions, so we want to help out in clearing those, you know, and give our thoughts with this issue. So here we go. Without further ado, guys, let's go watch this video. 1, 2, 3.
This is a recent video that was published, and unfortunately, it has so many mistakes. And so we're going to pick the top 15 to cover today. Wow. Number 15, taking videos and footages of police and military.
I've got my ID. Look, this is my ID. I'm from the press. Okay.
He's so entitled, though.
But we're within our rights to report from here.
Not all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire world,
there's
you
a
really
pandemic,
can't be taking footage of police and military. So many countries, that's illegal.
I know, right? Yeah.
Video footage of the security around the White House, that could get you thrown in jail. Well, Al Jazeera
True.
thinks
So
that
not all the time.
They're above everybody else. Number 14.
No.
They weren't allowed into high-risk areas of COVID-19.
Why would they want to go to high-risk area? I wouldn't want to go there, even if I'm a reporter.
I don't know if they don't realize how COVID-19 works.
No, right?
It spreads pretty easily, and so if they
almost
were able
airborne,
to go into an
but
area that was high risk, they could easily pick up COVID-19, especially when you look at the video footage and realize that lots of times they weren't wearing a mask.
Not wearing a mask.
Or they only were wearing
Are you kidding me?
Look at how many doctors
Bro!
who were completely
Are you
prepared,
kidding
had
me?
tons of protection, picked up COVID-19. Number 13, blocking comments. You need to always allow comments,
Bias.
but in this video, they've blocked all comments on
What?
YouTube. You need to allow people to be able to point
Bias,
out
bro.
when you
Are you
don't
kidding me?
do things that
A
matter,
news
or when you do
outlet
things really
blocking the
biased.
comments?
But if you don't allow comments, people can't point those out. And I just think, as a reporter, it's
Yeah,
so
I mean, I would understand
to
for
block
some other
comments. I
channels,
really
but
don't
for a
think
news
you
outlet?
should allow that. Number 12, complaining that the government never responded.
Several requests to interview
Really?
the senior minister, home minister, and his deputies were declined.
All right, Mr. Drew Amber.
Governments are
Well,
responding
the
in
government's
their
a
own
bit
little ways.
busy. They're fighting this thing called COVID-19, which is extremely deadly and spreads super easy. And sorry, they probably didn't have time to answer every single question you had.
Petty
because
questions.
They're busy fighting the disease.
Ooh.
So please, man, get off your high horse.
And how many
Not
media
everybody
men are
takes
there?
time
Like
out of their
reporters,
life
if they will
to
be
serve you.
answering all of those
Right,
people.
Yeah. It would
Have
take
a
time.
reality
Yeah.
check. Number 11, forgetting how racism works.
Is this the practical reality of dealing with a pandemic? Or is it racism?
Okay, if you're
No,
not
I'm
aware,
surprised he has a
racism
mask
was
now.
mentioned multiple times in the video. How racism works is where you judge a group of people based on their skin color. And in this instance, it would be people of Indian descent or people that look Indian. And if you're not aware, there are multiple Malaysians, actually over 7% of Malaysians are of Indian descent. They look exactly like migrant workers that are both legal and illegal. So if the Malaysian government was racist, they would be targeting anybody that looked Indian, Bangladeshi, or Pakistani. But the Malaysian government specifically was doing things for illegal immigrants.
Illegal
and anyone that was of
immigrants,
Indian
okay.
descent that was Malaysian, they were fine. They had no complaints. So this is clearly not a racism issue. This is an illegal immigration issue. And those are different things. To call it racism is just completely wrong and out
Wrong.
of place. Number 10,
Yes.
ignoring countries
They're
that
illegal.
are extremely
Guess
racist
what?
towards their migrant workers. I've traveled all around the world and I have several friends that are migrant workers. And there are several places where I discovered that people were very racist towards migrant workers. And actually in Malaysia, migrant workers are treated better than almost anywhere else in the world. Here, locals of a different country call legal migrant workers lazy, messy, unhygienic. Number 9, treating illegal migrant workers like they're all victims. Illegal migrant workers have specifically not obeyed the law and are working illegally. Even in your own video, you have a human rights lawyer, somebody that really supports undocumented and illegal migrant workers. And she points out that this illegal migrant worker didn't do anything and that she can't really support him because he put in no effort to try to be legal.
Okay, did he attempt to go to the Labor Department to file a case against his employer?
And throughout this video, you often show that they are victims when they could have just put in some effort to make sure that they obeyed the law and got a working visa. Number 8, saying the jobs that migrant workers are working, Malaysians don't want to work. And it's probably true. There are several jobs that Malaysians would prefer that migrant workers did. But in the video, you show how there used to be 60 jobs at the market that migrant workers worked. And when they sent out applications, they had over 500 Malaysians apply for that job. So clearly, in this job, Malaysians wanted to work it, but their jobs were taken by migrant workers.
Muhammad ran a recruitment drive to replace the foreign workers with locals. 500 Malaysians applied for just 60 positions.
Number 7.
Yeah, there's even more
illegal
supply
migrant workers
than the
put the
demand.
entire country at huge risk for COVID-19. See, illegal migrant workers are working illegally. It's in the name. And because they're working illegally, they're not registered. The government doesn't even know if they're probably in the country or where they live or who they work for, and there's no way to track them. And so with COVID, it's so important to track and trace everybody that gets COVID. For example, look at what China did and what Taiwan did and what South Korea did and Japan. All these countries that were extremely good at fighting
It's a bad time for illegal immigrants because there's been a pandemic and
but when you have
people need to get
4
traced.
million illegal immigrants and there's no way to trace them, you're putting your entire country at huge risk.
Yep.
And putting
True.
this in the video is so important because then people can kind of understand why the Malaysian government might be trying to figure out who's illegal in Malaysia.
They need
because
to.
it affects the safety of all Malaysians.
Exactly.
Number 6, acting like sitting in the sun and getting questioned about if you're legally working in Malaysia is like the worst thing in the world.
He says his whole family, including his son and daughter, were handcuffed and chained together with other children and the elderly under the hot sun. They were only released hours later after authorities verified their documents.
But it needs to be
All
done,
right
though.
now COVID-19 is
I mean, there's no
There are
choice.
so many children around the world that are losing parents to COVID-19 and are going to be raised without their father or mother. And you are upset that a daughter had to sit out in the sun? I mean,
We're
if this
always
is the
under the
worst
sun,
thing
like,
that happened in your
duh.
COVID-19 experience, you are very
My
lucky
childhood
because so many
was,
people
like,
around
always
the world
under the
would
sun.
give anything to be able to sit out in the sun a few hours and know that their country
And
is
that's
safe.
nothing compared to the COVID-19 threats.
Number 5, forgetting that everybody is going through a really hard time right now. It's not just the illegal migrant workers or the
It's
migrant workers.
everybody.
Malaysians as well are going through a hard time. So many Malaysians have lost their job. So many Malaysians are struggling right now. And the focus that the only people struggling are illegal migrant workers and migrant workers is unfair. Everybody is going through a hard time. Number 4, being very misleading and not always honest. For example, handcuffing children. I really don't think this happened. Do you have any footage? Do you have any proof? Do you have anything more than 1 or 2 people saying it happened? And regardless, if children are handcuffed, I mean, it's not the end of the day. It doesn't hurt them. Oh, big deal. I mean, come on. I'm a dentist. I have to treat kids' teeth all the time. That's way worse and way more painful than getting handcuffed. But I do it because
He
it's
has
for the
a
good
point,
of the
actually.
kid overall. So just because something's inconvenient or unpleasant, not everybody lives in a fairy tale land. But regardless, I think that was pretty inaccurate. You also used multiple selective examples. You purposely picked stories and tried to show things that made Malaysia look bad. I mean, you look at the end of the video, you purposely picked a mother with a child. Come on, that was set up. You didn't pick a 50-year-old man, you picked a mother with a child. Many Malaysians, especially doctors and nurses, have risked their lives treating COVID-19 positive patients that were illegal immigrants. These illegal immigrants got free care, free food, free clothing, free toiletries, and everything was provided to them. And this
really bad
makes you wonder
treatment.
how many other
All
things
free.
were inaccurate in this video. Number
How could that be
three, we
bad?
saw legal and illegal migrant
And they're
workers.
illegal
Hey, listen to
in the
this.
first place.
And anti-immigration Facebook groups have been telling illegal migrants to
Anti-immigration.
go home.
Did you catch it?
Yeah.
Changes the entire structure of the sentence.
Yeah, that
and
was
that's
very
how
misleading.
Media can be very misleading. He says anti-immigration
It is not.
Facebook group. But the page
Anti-illegal
he's showing
immigrants.
is an anti-illegal immigration Facebook group.
One word and it
there's
changes
a big
everything.
difference between anti-immigration and anti-illegal immigration.
True.
Taiwan East investigates why so many foreigners are being locked up in Malaysia's lockdown.
Even
My
in
gosh.
the intro summary, you got it wrong. You're not investigating foreigners, all foreigners. No, you're investigating illegal foreigners. You need to say the word illegal. Number two, completely...
Okay, let's stop it right there. Let's change that. Let's get back to the video. Number 2, go.
Understanding how you fight COVID-19.
Authorities have been carrying out military-style operations across the capital, Kuala Lumpur.
COVID-19 is a time where you need to be strict. You can't allow people moving all around. You need to be very, very strict because if one person with COVID-19 moves and goes about, they can easily spread it to so many more people. And so COVID-19 is a time that you need to have a military-style lockdown because that's the only thing that
Same
works.
thing
It
here
worked in
in the
Taiwan,
Philippines.
it worked in Hong Kong, it
That's
worked in
needed.
China, it worked in South Korea, and it also worked in Malaysia. And in this video, you make it sound like a military-style lockdown. It's a bad thing.
No, not
that is an
during a
amazingly
pandemic.
good thing. And the USA and many other countries in America have not done that, and look at the results. Wouldn't you rather have a little bit of a military-style lockdown and save thousands of lives? I think most people would be in favor of that. Number one, never saying the good things about Malaysia. Malaysia is an incredible
You
success
always see the
story.
bad
I would
things.
recommend you check out this video or this video.
One of those videos
They're
are
well
his.
done, and the person that made them is pretty cool. Anyway, regardless,
You are.
Malaysia did such an amazing job. I mean, it was amazing to see how people from all different backgrounds, famous and average citizens, all came together for the good of Malaysia. And I think that's really important to talk about in this video when you're going to be talking about COVID-19. And that was completely ignored and completely wrong to ignore that in making this video. So those were my top 15 things that were mistakes in Malaysia's lockdown video. Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments. And don't worry, I will keep comments on. And on a personal note, I'm just really, I guess, disappointed that a major media source
I know.
would
It's a major
basically
media source.
make things that were very
Jazeera.
biased, very inaccurate, and not do the proper research, and not even really understand how COVID-19 works. Because many of the things that actually help prevent COVID-19, they said were wrong. And if you look at the data and results, obviously it's working in Malaysia and it's working in other Asian countries. And so at a time when people are really suffering and dying, you shouldn't be picking out because some people had to sit out in the sun or were uncomfortable. Let's look at the bigger results. Lives were saved. And if a few people had to be uncomfortable to save a few lives, I think it was definitely worth it.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. Okay, let's send it right here.
First of all, no matter who you are, no matter what your status is, you have to wear a mask. It's needed. It's a must.
And it's unfortunate in one of the shots, the reporter was not wearing a mask. Even if he says he's alone, like here, if we go out, even if you're alone in the road or walking the street, you need to wear the mask.
We even wear masks here at home,
Yeah.
especially when you feel
when
something.
and also when I just came from Manila, when I came here, first 2 weeks I was wearing a mask inside the house, just to, you know, I'm thinking I might have the virus, so it's being cautious.
Better to be safe than sorry.
And I want to say this, just to be fair also, I don't think everybody in Al Jazeera are like that reporter. So, and it's just unfortunate that the reporter assigned to Malaysia to report is somebody who's
Very biased.
biased. Malaysia is already like our second country, and we don't want that to be happening to Malaysia. Like, come on, there's a lot of good things happening in Malaysia, and for somebody to taint it with twisted facts, we cannot tolerate that. So,
And why would you block comments?
why would you block comments?
It means you're hiding something.
You don't want people to correct you.
Yeah, not. I understand other YouTubers who are blocking their
Yeah.
comments, especially to avoid negative issues.
Yeah.
Especially
But for a
when you don't
news source, I mean,
Mhm.
media source,
want- you have to be very open.
even here in the Philippines, the media sources are still opening their comment section, and it's full of people complaining about their reports, and it's fine. I mean, it's we're all free to say our comments as long as we're responsible. This YouTuber actually is a really good content creator, and he's been a supporter of Malaysia. He sees the bright side of Malaysia, and that's how you promote a country. And he's not even Malaysian. I mean, he's just stating what good he sees. And Malaysians are really thankful for his efforts.
And I also noticed that he said, I mean, the reporter said that the government is not doing anything. Guys, the government is doing their own ways. Like, they're doing small things.
It may not be visible to everybody because we are not there in the battlefield, but probably every day they're arguing and all these things that
I'm
they're
sure
doing.
they are doing their best.
They're doing their best. I mean, we entrusted these people in the government to do these things for us, and yeah, we need to.
And it won't work if the people won't cooperate.
Yup. If we just complain and complain, we're not doing our thing. Like, we complain, but we still go outside without the mask, and we still mingle with people who we don't think.
The party.
Yeah, party, you know. So that's really irresponsible. And just to end this video, we want to say that, like, me personally, I think that Malaysia were successful in actually containing the virus and, you know, not allowing it to spread, like, into millions or thousands, because that's super scary. And I think what they're doing right now, especially the Malaysian government, is a good example for Southeast Asia. And even my country, I wanted my country to also try to get whatever is good from what Malaysia is doing and apply it here in the Philippines. How about you?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. And I want to thank you guys for sending us this video for us to react to. And those were our personal opinions and comments, and we don't mean to degrade Al Jazeera. And once again, we're not saying that Al Jazeera is biased. It's just that there are people sometimes. People commit mistakes. So probably that reporter happened to be, you know, that day having a bad day or something. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got more videos and wants to react to, you know the drill. Comment down below. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and subscribe to our channel also. And yeah, we hope to see all of you guys in the next videos. Bye.